What fantastical beings lurk in the hallways of human history? Humans have always been baffled by mythical creatures. They've been here much longer than us, so we can only wonder about their appearances, strengths, and weaknesses. Today, let us introduce you to 10 such mythical creatures you never knew even actually existed. Get ready to be blown away by historical accounts of mythical creatures from different cultures. Number 10. Wolves of Fenrir from Norse mythology. Wolves have long been symbols of terror and evil. The dire wolf was the largest canine of the Ice Age, found in parts of North America. It was immense in size, and its eyes glowed with pure evil. It lived thousands of years ago, and its fossilized remains led people to believe in the mythical wolf from Norse mythology called Fenrir. Like the dire wolf, Fenrir was feared for its size, strength, and evil nature. They were both cruel and had predatory instincts. As Fenrir grew, the gods realized that his strength was growing too. Out of fear, they decided to confine him. But as god Tyr was tying him up, Fenrir bit off his hand. So the gods chained him to a rock and gagged him with a sword till Ragnarok. Odin, the god of strength and healing, was especially afraid of him because of a prophecy that Fenrir would break free and kill Odin. Later, his son Vidar would take revenge by stabbing Fenrir to death. But until Ragnarok arrives, he will remain chained. Number 9. Griffins from Greek mythology. The Scythian people of the 7th century buried their dead in mounds. Among these mounds, several fossils have been found of a creature with a beak-like mouth similar to an eagle. Many people believe that these led to the myth of the griffin. You may have heard of this creature mentioned in modern movies, but what exactly is a griffin? This majestic creature has the head and wings of an eagle and the body of a lion. It oozes strength, courage, and power. In Greek mythology, it is extraordinary because of its connection to the gods, Apollo and Artemis, pulling their royal chariots. The griffin symbolizes natural strength and often guarded mountains of gold and other sacred and precious treasures of the gods. You wouldn't want to get on the wrong side of Greek mythology and face these terrifying mythological creatures. Number 8. Cyclops from Greek mythology. Have you ever heard of a one-eyed monster? Next on our list are the Cyclops, or the terrifying one-eyed giant creatures. They were the children of the gods, Gaia and Uranus. They were also believed to be the creators of Zeus's thunderbolts. But in later accounts of Greek mythology, the Cyclopses were giants, unhinged cannibals who lived on a distant island. According to Homer's great poem, Odyssey, King Odysseus traveled to this island, where Cyclops Polyphemus attacked him. He nearly died, and only escaped by blinding him. This creature originated in the remains of the dwarf elephant, which became extinct around 13,000 years ago. When their fossils were found, many believed their single nasal cavity was the single eye socket of the Cyclops, but it was actually where the elephant's trunk was attached. Number 7. Unicorns from various cultures. Unicorns have created their space on big screens, social media, and books, but you'll never be able to guess where they originated from. The Elasmotherium was the largest woolly rhino that lived more than 39,000 years ago. It inspired the myth of the unicorn. Like today's rhino, it had a single thick horn in the middle of its forehead, mainly used for defense. Other sources believe that the unicorn originates from the onyx, a large antelope with 2 horns on its head. From the side, they appear as a single horn. Today, the unicorn is represented by a graceful horse with a single horn on its head. It symbolizes purity and grace. Its horn also carries magical healing powers and the antidote to poison. Unicorns have existed throughout history, beginning with the Indus Valley civilization. They are also found in Greek mythology and the Middle Ages. Number 6. Roc from Middle Eastern mythology. Mythology is full of magical gigantic creatures with powers mirroring gods. The roc, or Ruk, as it's known in Arabic mythology, is just one such creature. This humongous eagle-like bird is believed to have existed in Arabic mythology from 1200 BC to 1500 BC. There is even proof of its existence in old Arabic literature. It was a strong, mighty bird with a height of 6 meters and a wingspan of 15 meters. People believed it had claws in its beak and could carry an elephant in its talons. Several tales describe explorers searching the mountains and plains of Arabia to find the roc and its eggs. The roc's eggs are gigantic, bigger than most men. They have magical powers, one of which is granting eternal youth to the one who eats them. It is believed that the discovery of the remains of the Aepyornis, a giant flightless bird, started the myth of the roc. Myth or reality, the vision of such a grand and magical bird is enough for anyone to fear it. Number 5. Mermaids from various cultures. Mermaids are very common in modern cinema and pop culture, but are you aware that they have a dark past? Many scientists believe that sailors and pirates who claim they saw the first mermaid had actually seen the dugong. The dugong is an aquatic mammal that is a descendant of the elephant. The female has a prominent feminine figure, large eyes, and a sleek tail, which made the sailors think they'd seen real mermaids. Mermaids are beautiful sea creatures whose upper body is that of a woman and the tail is that of a fish. In folklore, they're believed to be enchanting, irresistible, and attractive. They would lure sailors with their beauty and song towards the rocks and sink their ships. Their song was so captivating that any man who heard it would be compelled to find its source. There have been several reports of sightings of this enchanting creature throughout history, but scientists now believe they were all false, and the sailors came across either a dugong or its close relative, the manatee. Number 4. JerseyDevil from American folklore. In American folklore, the JerseyDevil is quite popular. It gets its name from the area of Pine Barrens in South Jersey, where the folklore originated. It resembles the sandhill crane, a long-necked, rather large crane. It has a scary call, and its large wingspan appears quite terrifying. The JerseyDevil also has large, bat-like wings, a goat-like head, hooves, and a long, pointy tail. Many believe it resembles the sandhill crane because both have bat-like wings and a large wingspan. They both also have long legs like flamingos and look quite similar in height. The history behind the JerseyDevil is linked to the Leeds family of the Pine Barrens. When Jane Leeds, also known as Mother Leeds, discovered that she was pregnant for the 13th time, she became angry. Out of anger, she cursed her unborn child, calling it the devil. Soon after her 13th child was born, he transformed into a hideous creature, the JerseyDevil. According to some folklore versions, local priests tried to exorcise the JerseyDevil and throw it out of Pine Barrens, but it seemed to have stuck around because several sightings have been reported. Number 3. Kraken. Next on our list of unbelievable mythical monsters is the Kraken. This underwater giant squid-like creature can grow up to 43 feet long. Unlike other myths that are hard to believe, this one seems true because giant squids were actually spotted at the beginning of 1857. They live in the depths of the ocean, up to 1,400 meters beneath the surface to be exact. They are aggressive swimmers and have a huge appetite. In ancient folklore, they use their tentacles to cause ships to capsize and eat the crew on board. According to some reports, the Kraken had several heads and claws on its tentacles. It used these claws to capture its prey and carried it to the bottom of the ocean. It's safe to say that encountering a Kraken means instant death at sea. Number 2. Basilisk. The king cobra is notorious worldwide. Almost every culture has some sort of myth attached to it. In Greek and Roman mythology, the basilisk originated from the cobra. Early accounts say that it hatched from an egg, which was sat on by a toad. This unnatural birth is also why it is a sign of the devil. Its appearance is terrifying, and its bite is fatal. The basilisk is known as the Serpent King, but you could be fooled by its name because it's a small snake, not over 12 inches long. Other than its length, there is nothing innocent about this reptile. Its gaze is fatal, and if someone were to look into its eyes, they would die instantly. Its breath is poisonous too. Any grass or shrubbery that comes in contact with it will wilt and die. But it does have one weakness, the smell of a weasel. Another way to kill a basilisk is to show it a mirror. Maybe that's where the phrase, "if looks could kill," came from. Number 1. The Manticore. And now it's time to talk about the most unimaginable mythical creature on our list, the Manticore. Derived from the Persian word mard-kor, meaning man-eater, The manticore was a hideous tiger-like figure. It could devour its prey, mostly humans, alive and whole. Most people believe it was a distorted form of the Indian tiger, created because of the tales travelers from Iran would tell when they arrived in Greece. But it was still terrifying and represented the devil. The manticore had a human head with 3 rows of sharp teeth, a tiger body, and a scorpion tail covered in spikes, like a porcupine. It could also throw poisonous spikes to kill its prey. The elephant was the only animal immune to its spikes. Although this legendary beast was born from exaggerated stories, there are some accounts that the Indians presented the manticore as a gift to the king of Persia. If you liked our list of unbelievable mythical beasts, make sure to click on the next one for more insight into the world of mythology.